Hey Flosstube, Itty Bitty Stitchy is here. I'm kind of new to Flosstube, obviously, since this is my first video. My name is Brittany. I just started cross-stitching in like January, and it is now April, towards the end of April. I did stitch a long time ago when I was an itty bitty Britty, so I was maybe like 9. I stopped and I hadn't picked it up until just recently. My friend Kelly Ann, she's on Flosstube, has been stitching for quite a while now, and I've been seeing her stuff, and she introduced me to Flosstube, and just I love it. I love how artful it can be and creative. I can't draw. I'm not a very creative person. I don't think I am. But I love that you can create art and just basically follow all the directions and you're good to go. So I guess I'm going to start off with, the Know Your Needleworker. I just did the basic one that I keep finding on all the videos. So like I said, my name is Brittany. My Flosstube, name is Itty Bitty Stitchy. Itty bitty because I'm not a very tall person. I am 5'3" on a good day, and I'm only getting older, and the women in my family tend to shrink, so I'm probably just getting shorter. I used to work a long time ago, before kids, I used to waitress, and I worked at Fridays, and I was itty bitty Britty because I was the shortest person there, and I actually stamped it on the back of my work shirt. And itty bitty has just stuck with me since then. Where do I live? I'm not sure if y'all can hear the accents. I don't hear the accent. I do know that sometimes it can come out when I get really passionate about what I'm talking about. But I am from Texas. I'm actually from South Texas, near the coastal bend. It's called Corpus Christi. And a little funny tidbit, when I'm watching y'all's videos and y'all say y'all are Southern, I sit there and I'm like, that's not Southern. Y'all are north of me. So anywhere north of me, I don't consider Southern, even though I know it's considered part of the Southern states. And it just cracks me up. It also cracks me up when a stitcher says so, even if it's just so I'm going to the market, do you need anything? It cracks me up because stitching and sewing, I don't know. That's how my mind works. Books. What am I reading? What's my favorite book? I love reading. I'm an avid, I used to be really into reading, but lately I just don't have a lot of time. I'm either stitching or doing mommy wife stuff. Currently, I am working on the Insanity series by Cameron Jace. Anything and everything that has to do with Alice in Wonderland, I absolutely love. Very seldom will I find something Alice in Wonderland that I do not like. So this is book 2. It's Figment. And so far, it's so good. I'm really enjoying it. The first book was really good. I think you can only order them on Amazon. But he's also the author who did the Grimm Diaries. I haven't read any of those, but I'm working on his Insanity series. I like series. I'm not much for, I'll read a single book kind of thing, but I really like to read series. Deborah Harkness has this All Souls trilogy, and it is amazing, absolutely amazing. Obviously, I like fantasy stories because it has fantasy in it too. Gina Showalter does an Alice in Zombieland series. It's very young adult, but it's very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think the CW or somebody did a little mini show on it. I haven't found it, but I would love to watch it if I could ever find it. Patrick Rothfuss has a few books out. It's The Name of the Wind, A Wise Man's Fears, and it's all part of like a series, and supposedly he's coming up with a third one. Those are really good. So I guess that's enough for books. I mean, anything fantasy, anything catchy, I really like, especially if it has anything to do with Alice. And you'd be actually amazed how many different versions of Alice there is out there. Everybody has their own take on it, and it's really interesting to see where they take it. Movie. My favorite movie. I love watching movies. I love very scary movies. It's hard to find a really good scary movie because what's scary to most people is not really scary to me. And surprisingly, when I made this list, like, I put no scary movies on there. One movie I did put on there was Armageddon. I'm a sucker for Bruce Willis. I guess I'm a sucker for like old bald guys. I don't know. Like him and Jason Statham, I think are super nice to look at. Obviously, any of the versions of Alice in Wonderland I like. The Disney, Tim Burton's. Several other people have taken their take on it, and I enjoy them. I love to see if they follow Lewis Carroll's book version, like the original Alice in Wonderland version. I really like to see how they follow that storyline, if it's just Alice in Wonderland, or if they also added Through the Looking Glass. Goonies Never Say Die. I'm a tomboy. I've always been a tomboy, so I like those kinds of movies. The Goonies, The Sandlot. I love The Neverending Story, Fantasia, Mr. Holland's Opus, Cabin in the Woods, kind of gory, slashy, your typical movie. I don't know, scary movie. That was kind of good. I don't do stupid movies. I cannot stand stupid movies. Anytime Honey, my husband, wants to go see something like that, I'm like, it's a guy night. I'm not watching any of that, or you have to wait till the boys get older and then you can go watch it with them. I don't know what else to say on the movies. Shows. I'm a huge Supernatural fan. So big, in fact, that I had just started watching it maybe 6 months ago, and it took me 3 months to watch all 11 seasons before this season started. So I really like that. I love Supernatural. It's not scary to me. I don't understand why people say it's scary. It's not even really that gory. But like I said, it's hard to get something that scares me or is too gory for me. Sorry if I have 3 kids, and I don't know if they're gonna like walk in and be like, "Hey, Mom, what you doing?" So Supernatural. I don't know where I was going. I go off on rabbit trails, and I don't know. I'm a scatterbrained. Music. Let's go to music. I love classic rock. In Supernatural, there's a lot of classic rock, which is pretty awesome. So pretty much, if I want to listen to music to really like pick me up, if I'm in a down mood, I get on Pandora and I listen to their classic rock station, and it's pretty awesome. I dance around in the house and listen to it really loud, and my kids are like, "What are you listening to?" My husband says I have an old soul because I'm only 30. But I love classic rock, and I love stitching, and I want to get into quilting. I don't know. I'm me. That's just me. I also like people like Rob Zombie and Korn and Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I like Texas country, so that would have like Kevin Fowler, Randy Rogers, Aaron Watson, Pat Green, Great Divide. I'm forgetting a lot, but that's okay. So yeah, Texas country, a lot of Texas country, but also a lot of classic rock, and then a lot of heavy rock. whatever you would put Rob Zombie and Korn, all of them under, I thoroughly enjoy. So do you have kids? I have 3 boys. They're stair steps. So my oldest is 9, my middle is 8, and my youngest is 7. My oldest son has a rare autoinflammatory disease. It's a form of periodic fever syndrome called FAPA. My middle son is how we like to say awesome with autism. He is high functioning, and he has worked extremely hard to get to where he is today. He crushed it in speech therapy and occupational therapy, and he is your typical little 8-year-old boy. My youngest son, thankfully, has no diagnosis. He tends to take after his dad's side when it comes to anything medical. My side, on the other hand, is chock full of tons of medical issues. I have severe allergies and asthma. I have horrible crowd anxiety. Like, even family get-togethers, I freak out a little bit. And hold on real quick. Guys. Goose. Can you tell your brothers quietly? I'm sorry. Obviously they're home. All 3 of my boys. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I guess we'll skip to, what I do. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Not only am I just a stay-at-home mom, I am a homeschool mom. So my guys are pretty much here all the time. We also have a homeschool co-op group called HUT, Homeschoolers Unlimited of Texas. And I guess I'm a core member there. I help out a lot. I teach science experiments on Wednesdays to the kids. One of the main people who helps put things together when it comes to like our holiday get-togethers and whatnot. We're very, very active. For a homeschool group, everyone's like, oh, what about the socialization? No, don't worry. Please don't worry about that, because we have more stuff to go to now than they ever did when they were in public school. We're busy with them a lot, and then just regular family life. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm a mom full-time through and through, from sun up to sundown, with 3 boys. By the way, their names are, my oldest son is Bane, my middle son is Slade, and my youngest son is Daxton. I also have pets, because having 3 boys and a husband isn't enough. I have a pit lab mix named Loki. He's our Loki bear. He is the biggest snuggle bug I've ever met in my entire life. We have a mutt. And I tried to look up what she was. I couldn't really figure it out. She's like some sort of wire-haired Dutch hound thing. She's adorable. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. She's not adorable. She is ugly. She's super duper ugly. She has like the biggest underbite. She's super short, and like her back legs are taller than her front legs. So when she's standing, her butt's higher. But when she sits down, like, her front half doesn't move. That's how much of a difference it is. But her name is Little Bit. She's got a face only a mother can love. She got big old bug eyes, too. And then we have an old man, an old ferret. He's an old man. Poor dude's probably, like, rolling on his last year or 2. I'm surprised he's made it this far. He was a rescue. All our dogs are rescues. And our ferret is a rescue. But we love him. He's our old man. And when he was healthy and like young and springy or whatever, you had to worry about him more than you had to worry about the pit bull. Because our pit bull will just sniff you and lick you, or he'll just lay down. He sleeps all day. He doesn't care. But the ferret will come and attack you. Not anymore. I keep him away from guests because I'm terrified of somebody hurting him in his old state. Hobbies other than cross stitching. So I'm an avid I love baking. I bake from scratch. I get fresh eggs from my mom's house. We're kind of country folk. We live in the city, but my husband and I both grew up in the country. So we get fresh eggs from my mom's, and that just makes all the difference. If you've never had fresh eggs, you're missing out because the flavor is, there's more flavor. The yolk is darker, so if you're cooking with fresh eggs, don't worry about it looking darker. I also get fresh cow meat from my mom. Gardening. I like to garden. We were doing Ag Science Day out at my mom's house, but it was kind of interfering with our co-op days with the rest of the co-op groups, so we had to stop that, and my mom started working full-time. So she didn't have enough time for us to come out there. We had two huge garden beds, and we have a few trees out there for like grapefruit, oranges, lemons, limes, apples, figs. That's it, I think. Yeah. And we had the two large garden beds, and we would grow our food out there and go out there once a week. It's about a 45-minute drive from my house. But because Mom is working full-time, we decided to make our own little garden out here. We're growing lots of vegetables. I'm trying to grow like a tea garden with my herbs. So I have chamomile and lavender growing so I can make me some fresh tea. I love hot tea. Unlike most South Texans, I don't drink sweet tea. I grew up with my mom drinking unsweet tea with like lemon or lime in it, and so that's just the way I grew up drinking it. But in her defense, she was a military brat, so like she was all over the place, and there wasn't always sweet tea, I guess. I like it. I don't know. And we like hot tea. She loves pomegranate green tea. I love chamomile with vanilla and honey. Just hot tea is so good. So good. One word to describe me. I think this is the hardest part for everybody when they're trying to figure out a word that describes themselves. So I asked my honey. If you hear me say honey, I'm just referring to my husband. Very seldom will I call him by his name. He's always honey to me. And so when I talk about him to other people, I just say honey. So honey is my husband. I asked him. He said I'm amazing. He says I'm a badass all the time. My mom says I'm addictive. She says I find something that I like and I'm on it like a dog on a bone. If I had to pick, I don't know if I could pick one word. I know I would pick shy. I would probably pick awkward. Weird. I don't think I'm like most people, I guess. Very much a mother hen. It doesn't matter if it's my kids or if it's a kid or an adult more adultier than me, like they're older than me. I'm very much a mother hen if I'm comfortable and if I'm past my awkward shy stage. I also have horrible crowd anxiety, so I guess you could say I'm anxious, maybe anxious. I don't know. It gets pretty bad though. Like, I hate going to the grocery stores. So yeah, that's it for Know Your Needle Worker. Let's get to my current whip. So my current whip, I work on one whip at a time, but I'm really getting close to starting a rotation. Me and Kelly and Kelly and Langley, and then Michelle from Bendy Stitches, we are about to all start an adventure on our first Hades, and that's going to be super exciting. And that's pretty much the reason why I made my first Flosstube video, is so I can like do updates. Kelly is like a Flosstube, I can't think of the word, pro, yeah, she's been doing it for a long time. Anywho, so to my current only work in progress, I taped it. I have these little boxes that I put my whips in, like all my kitted up things. I have them all in these boxes. I got these boxes for like 94 cents at my grocery store. So I was like, yeah, it'll work. So it's a DMC, not a DMC. It's a Dimensions Gold Treasure Time. I had already started this once. Let me show you how that was going. So I had already started this once. It was my first full coverage. I have number dyslexia. So I know what a hobby to have for having a number dyslexia. But my orts, my little, yeah. But I'm making it work because I love this stuff. This is all the threads for my Treasure Time. There's a lot of blends in there too. So I had started it once, and I tried to fudge it, but then I fudged too much, and it was throwing other stuff off, because I was trying to do just one color at a time, because I saw a lot of people do it that way. They do like one color at a time. I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a try. I wasn't liking it, so I started just doing like columns in like 10 by 10s. Then I was going to do the columns. Well, when I started doing just the one color at a time, I started in the clouds, and I guess I miscounted somewhere in there. So it really messed me up a lot. Let me work it. Third Haven. Third Haven's awesome, by the way. When I first started this, I didn't have it, and I don't know why I didn't. Okay, so this is how far I had gotten on a Treasure Time. I can't see. Can you see it? So I had got not pretty far. That's not even like a quarter way. It looks good, right? But if you can see, like where this purple line is, it's supposed to meet up with this purple line. And a lot of these trees are fudged. Even the clouds, like even part of the clouds are fudged. But that is about as far as I got. And my OCD was screaming at me, and it was like, Brittany, this isn't right. Like, you gotta start over. You have to start over, because I know this isn't right. You know it's not right. So my OCD won, and I started over. Well, I haven't been able to have a lot of stitchy time in it since I started over, because this is April. April is Autism Awareness Month, and every year I make shirts for Team Goose. And we go to our local autism walk. So this weekend is Easter weekend. Next weekend's the autism walk. So I've been really trying to get all these t-shirts. I hand make all the shirts. So I've been getting all the shirts done. So this is where I am. I'm a little snowman. Okay, so this is where I am. That's maybe 3 days of stitching. Not too much. It's amazing how much of a difference the blending makes, like when you blend the colors together. But yeah, my little snowman. So that is that. That is a Treasure Time by Dimensions Gold Collection. And it is my current and only whip. I'm hoping once April's over, I'm going to be able to start a lot of other stuff. I guess May is Stitch Mania. I wasn't going to participate in Stitch Mania. Now I'm not so sure. So we'll see. I know for sure I'm going to start my first Haid in May. So the other weekend, I don't have an LNS near me in Corpus, but there's one like 2.5 hours away from me in San Antonio. And guys, my husband gave me a $500 spending limit. I know, so much money, but it's so hard for me to spend money on myself. It's ridiculous. Like, I cannot spend money on myself. Out of the $500, I spent under $2. That's right. I spent less than $170 at the LNS. But I got 4 kits, so I got 4 charts, plus the fabric, plus the floss, and one has beads. I'm very excited about this. Okay, so the first one is Get Crackin'. I'm not taking it out of the paper, sorry y'all. The Ziploc baggie. So this is Get Crackin'. It's an ink circles design. My husband loves that kind of stuff, like the Kraken, Moloch, all the, I don't know, that kind of mythology. It's not Greek mythology, I don't think, but it's a sort of mythology. So I got the Kraken for him. Okay, I lied, I'll take it out of the package. So it's really cool. The words on it, I don't know if you can see, I'll hold it like this. I know it's written in a different language, but they transcribed what it says. And it says, and thus began the epic battle, and no man escaped his watery death. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. I love it. The fabric is vintage exemplar 28 counts. I don't know, 28 count something. So this is it. It's very, I want to say antique-y. It's a very beautiful neutral. It's a linen. I've never stitched on linen, by the way. I've only stitched on Aida. So this is going to be very exciting because besides the gold dimensions and another one I'm going to show you, like everything else is going to be on linen. Even weave, whatever. So yeah, this is going to be so nice. I've already got the floss for it, so let me lay this out for you. Here is the fabric with the floss. So this is for Get Crackin'. Oh, by the way, if you're ever in San Antonio, it's called Stitches from the Heart. It's on the north side of San Antonio, next to their, like, not next, but like nearby their Topgolf. And this is in Texas. So that was Get Crackin'. Then I'm gonna do that last. Ooh, a lot of people were excited about this one. A lot of y'all, because I posted it on Stitch Mania Facebook page and on my Instagram. I think I'm Itty Bitty Britty on Instagram. ×3. Itty Bitty Britty ×3, because I have 3 boys. So this is the Peacock Mandala by Northern Expressions Needlework. Can you see that? It is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So many beautiful colors. It also has a lot of specialty stitches. I haven't done a whole lot of specialty stitches. French knots are the devil. That's pretty much as specialty as I've gotten. So it comes with some beads. They did not have all the beads I need. I just need to buy like 3 more packs of this one. So that one's like some clear, bigger beads. And then, I don't know, these are like purpley. I'm not a girly girl, so I think very much guyish when it comes to colors. These are bluish. And then we got some greenish. So this, the lady wrote what the color fabric name was. I cannot read that. But it is a 32 count. I can say that. I know this one, see something fabrics. They just moved to San Antonio. But it's beautiful. It's an opalescent. It's got the green and the purple and then all the sparkles. I was kind of worried that the sparkles was going to take away from the pattern because the pattern is absolutely amazing. But they think it's going to help enhance it. So I was like, okay, we'll do it. So here are the colors. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar, but these colors totally remind me of Mardi Gras. Like I saw this, I was like, that is so, has so much of a Mardi Gras feel. Mardi Gras is in New Orleans, Louisiana. I've never been. Too big of a crowd. And like I said before, Brady don't do crowds. crowd anxiety, I would end up bawling my eyes out and go into an asthma attack. So I don't do crowds. Next one. Another ink circles. This is the tapestry. This was on my wish list and I was so excited to find it. So was the peacock. Jesus. Sorry, I'm jittery. Too much caffeine. Never too much caffeine. Not for this mommy. Okay, so here's Tapestry by Ink Circle. I love it. I love designs like this. I don't know what you would call the designs. Symmetrical? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very much of an artsy person. I have family who's very artsy. I wish I were as much as they were. So this linen I'm going to show you is parchment on 32 count. I love this one. And I honestly don't know if I love this one more or the one that Get Kraken is on. But here it is. It's a very plain. So I guess I like the Get Kraken more because I like the modeling. This one doesn't really have a lot of modeling. Is it showing up like really white? It's not white, guys. It's not. Like, I don't know, it's like, looks like it was tea dyed. That's what it looks like. It looks like it was tea dyed. Anyhow. So, got all the third. Seriously, guys, this shop was amazing. They take an extra 15% off if you kit it all up in their shop. But they also help you. Like, if you want to change it up, they're like, okay. So they throw out suggestions. They're all veteran stitchers. It kind of really makes me wish I had one nearby. So here are the threads. I think the tapestries, all tapestries are beautiful. So yes, that is Tapestry Ink Circles. Y'all, this is so awkward. Like, my kids keep coming. I'm in the dining room in our schoolroom, and my kids keep like coming into the living room. They're playing video games in their room and downstairs because we're a gaming family. So we have two PS4s, and they just like are trying to be quiet. I don't know. Bless their little hearts. They are good. I don't know how I got so lucky with good kids. Last one. This is the last one for my Stitchy haul, but I have another store-bought kit with Ada, and then I have another kit that I kitted up, but we'll get to that. Okay, so this, I really like this one. Nikki's Creations, Primitives. This is House of Cooking. So I absolutely positively had to have this one. One, I wanted a smaller project because a lot of my projects tend to be full coverage and big. So I wanted to get something that was little that I could know I was going to have it finished this year. One of the reasons why I really love this one is both my husband and I love to cook. So not only do I like to bake from scratch, I like to cook. I cook, obviously, I cook dinner every day. And my kids have to eat like 5 times a day. They don't have to, they just want to. And then my husband loves cooking, and we barbecue. We like to do barbecue competitions. And we have like this gigantic pit outside. Like, it's huge. It's probably like as long as my Tahoe. So here's the cute fabric I got for this one. This is light khaki. Did you say gingham? Is it gingham? Light khaki gingham. 28 count. Super cute. At first I wasn't sure about the fabric, and they're like, well, pictures can be deceiving. Look at the fabric first. And they had like so much fabric there. It was beautiful and it was amazing, and I loved it. Like, I walked into the store, and it was my first time ever in an LNS. I swear to God, y'all, I almost cried. My mother-in-law was there with me, so I didn't want to cry. And then I didn't want to cry in front of all the ladies, because there's ladies there stitching too. So here it is with the colors. I'm just holding it weird because I don't want it to fall all over the place. Yeah, light khaki gingham, 28 count. And that is House of Cooking. by Nikki's Creations. Primitive. You will not see a lot of charts with the alphabet on it from me. That's not my style. I tend to like darker stuff. A little more on that in just a second. I know I'm everywhere and I talk fast. And as I said, I'm sorry if my accent starts getting stronger, but the more happy I get about stuff, I guess the more it comes out. Okay, so for Valentine's Day, Honey let me get order something off of Etsy. So I went on Brooks Books, yes, her stitchy store, and I ordered because for Valentine's Day she was having the Wonderland Stitch Along sale, so it was like all 12 of the people for like a huge discounted price. I was like, yes please, yes please. Excuse me. Bless her heart, she sends me the wrong thing. So she sent me 2 things instead of 12. So first she sent me the beautiful Cinderella dress up. I mean, look at that. Look how beautiful. It has the little pillow and her crayon up top. But look at that dress. Oh my goodness. So she sends me that. Oh, and did you see the shoe? Look, y'all, it's got the shoe. She sent me Cinderella, and she also sent Snow White. I love how Snow White has a little birdies. The little bluebirds. She's also got like a little extra ditty. So she sent me Snow White. Oh, look, there's the apple. Oh, let me get the apple. And I messaged her. I was like, your work is beautiful and it was amazing, but I'm sorry to say you sent me the wrong thing. I will be more than happy to send you Cinderella and Snow White back. If you please send me what I ordered. And she was like, no, my bad. You keep those. I was like, no way. Like, she's letting me keep 2 things for free. Pretty much. Yeah, it is for free. Not pretty much. It is. And then she finally sent me the right stuff. So I got the Alice in Wonderland Stitch Along. And I've already have it in the order that I want to stitch it, because the way I wanted to stitch it in the way that the characters came in the book. Well, they have some of the characters that were not in the book but are in the movie, so I kind of like melted all that together in my brain, and the way they came is the way I did it. So first and foremost, we have Alice with Dinah and the bread and butterfly. Not a butterfly, but a bread and butterfly. Yes. And the mushrooms. Where are my fingers? There you go. The mushrooms. Then we have the white rabbit. Time. Who's got time? We got Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Fun fact, y'all, I am a twin. I have a twin brother. And he's a pretty cool dude. Him and his husband like travel the world. I'm very jealous. I live through them. I love them, but I hate them at the same time because of all the cool stuff they get to do. And they've been featured like in Houston. They were on the news in Houston. Australia, like their morning news, I guess is their version of Today's Show. Did a little segment on them. Pretty cool stuff. We got the caterpillar. Who are you? With his hookah. Another little fact, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I eat. I eat food. That's what I do. And I love the fact that Brooke put in the Duchess. So this is the Duchess and the baby. The baby kept crying. It turned into a pig. Not sure how much y'all know about Alice, but the Duchess comes in. Alice comes upon a house, and there's a Duchess with the baby, and then she's got her cook, and the cook's like spreading pepper all over the place, and then that's when you meet Chess too. So here's Chess with his smile. Whenever the moon outside gets to like the small crescent, My twin and I will text each other and we're like, Cheshire Cat Moon. Because it looks like Chesh's smile up in the sky. I know, I'm a nerd. I'm a big nerd, but that's okay. My husband loves me. Here's Hatter. Love the Hatter. We got March Hare. I like that he has a spoon because in Tim Burton's he was spoon. All crazy. Here's Dormy. I call him Dormy. It's Dormouse. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat. Or he yells, Treacle. Trying to tell a story about treacle and ladies. Weird stuff. Here's a card, painting the roses red. One of these days, I'm going to have a rose bush. And I'm going to have, I'm going to have some rose trees. And they're going to be white and red. One of these days. Today's not that day. Then we got the queen with her flamingo and like the little hedgehog dude for her croquet mallet and the croquet ball. Do you play croquet? And then we have the white queen, the beautiful white queen. What does she got? She's got like a jar of jelly. So that was that. And I ordered fabric to stitch this on. It's called Dusk. It's Laguna 28 count. How is it looking in this? Does that look gray? Let me try this side. Okay, so it's pretty green. Like it's green. It's dark green. It's got a lot of modeling in it, which I love. When I ordered it, it looked gray with dark modeling, which I was like, yas, because I kind of wanted to stitch the Alice. I wanted to stitch it on, I don't know. No, I thought that was gray. That's not gray either. Kind of like to make it look like it was in the fog. So if you go to Tim Burton's, when Alice is coming out of Wonderland, there's like this dark fog that the Hatter's eyes disappear into. So that's what I thought this was going to be, but it's not. But it's totally okay because it's still beautiful. Now, I have a lot of this. It's 36 by 54. So I'm only going to use like the first 9 inches of the top. No, I have it written down. I don't know. It's not on that paper. I'm not going to use it all. I'm just going to use parts of it. So, guys, this is my fabric for my first Hade too. So I'm going to stitch Alice on it on the top. I'm only going to use like a little bit of the top. And then the rest of this is going to hold the favorite. The favorite, y'all. I got her. She's absolutely adorable. And they have their little headsets on while they're playing video games and they're trying to talk to each other. Sorry. So, oh, I have all the threads for the Alice stitch-alongs. And then I got this little needle minder from Sammy's Crafts on Etsy. Is it? Let me see. Focused. I love it. I got a lot of needle minders because I feel every single project has to have its own needle minder, and then I don't reuse them. I find a different needle minder for something else. So I'm gonna have something pretty with a bunch of needle minders all over it. But yes, like I said, that fabric is gonna be used for my first Hade, where I'm doing a stitch along with Kelly Ann and also Michelle from Bindi Stitches. And I'm excited because she's absolutely beautiful. I love her. I adore her. The fact that she has her little monster and they have matching like little headbands. He's got it on his horn. I love it. Love it. Did I show y'all this? This is the little kit I bought. It was on sale, so I had to get it Because if it's on sale, you get it, right? Right? Yes. And I love tea, and I love coffee. Like, you can't go a day without that in this house. No, it doesn't happen. So Sammy sent me a free needle minder with Pocahontas because I had ordered like 6 or so. So I got this cute little girl. She will go on, I have it written down. Okay, all these needle minders, they have a home. You did not see any of them today, but that's okay. I have them, they're all PDF, so I will have to print them out. If I learn how to insert a picture, I will insert pictures of the favorites as well as all the other stitchies that I have. And I have a still life of like a classic tee. Oh shit, sorry, I cuss. I cuss a little. I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. And then, because I'm doing stuff for my husband, and of course, I had to get a supernatural one, and so I got Dean, and dude is a sexy mofo for sure. Like, how can you not love Jensen Ackles and all his perfectness? What if I do this? Anywho, that's like his blue steel. Look. So I have a still life. It has like a tea and roses and whatnot. I have Sabrina the Baking Elf, Pirates of the Caribbean. I have a mermaid. I have one that's called Awakening. It's beautiful. I have an Alice in Wonderland stained glass, the Alice portrait, Alice falling down the rabbit hole, an Alice Disney version, like a whole collage of everything there. Yeah, so those are the ones that you haven't seen. I will try and insert a picture. I am terribly sorry that this video has taken so long. Holy jeez, it's like 47 minutes already. Yeah, so this is me, Brittany, itty bitty stitchy. I really hope to have a lot of progress for y'all soon. I should have a lot of time to actually finally stitch next week. I know after I get done with this video, I have to cook dinner real quick, and then I have to cook 2 batches of cookies. We have Easter with family tomorrow, and then Sunday I'm off. So I'll probably start stitching Sunday. I want to get a little bit more progress done on my A Treasure Time, my Christmas stitching, because I kind of want that done by Christmas. I know, big goals. And then all next week I will continue on A Treasure Time, and then May I think I'm gonna start new starts, like all the ones I showed y'all that I got from San Antonio, from Stitches from the Heart. So, and then of course my Hade. I'm so excited, y'all. So if you have any questions for me, I'm pretty much an open book. Even though I'm very shy, I'm very open. So just ask questions in the comments. Feel free to subscribe. I will be doing updates. I'm also on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, so questions, subscribe. I don't care if you like it or not. Yeah. So y'all have a wonderful and happy Easter this Sunday. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.